Even where it doesn't look like there's any rust, it's because I've cleaned it out already. You can already see this metal starting to change color, and it's starting to eat into this rust real good. It's eating down into that. That's most converted already. It's just got to get down into the pits. So you gotta kind of let it sit wet with enough time to do its stuff. Morning, everybody. We brought the 87 36,000 mile Cherokee in. I had it outside yesterday and was able to do some rust prep work on it and get the rear bumper taken off and kind of start the process here a little bit. So just to show you what we got going on, and this is why it's so important to make sure you do rust repair the correct way. There's a big misconception out there that if you clean the panel off and get the rust out of it, kind of like what we got here, and then you can just coat over it and you got it good to go. The reality is that rust is actually a chemical reaction. When it's exposed to oxygen and moisture, it starts a chemical reaction. And even if you knock it down like this, you're never going to kill the chemical reaction unless you treat it with acid. And that's what we're going to do in aerosol form. I've been using this stuff for years for light flash rust and light pitting. It puts a primer coating on there, converts all this rust, whatever's left, to a primer coating. Then it'll lock up. I'll scuff it, and then we'll 2K primer over it, and then do our body work and whatever we need to do. Base clear detail. But this stuff works pretty good, and so I've got everything kind of cleaned out where I need to down, and got all the scales cleaned out of it, and I'm down to the pits and the rust now, and I've done that on all this. So both of these doors, the bottom of this front fender, I went ahead yesterday and got all the glue that was on here. It was actually super glue, so it was really hard, and then there was like butyl putty underneath the super glue, so they had tried a bunch of stuff to get that to stick. So I took razor blade, old school trick, and it sounds scary, but I razor bladed all that super glue off of there to get the finish back down to the original finish. I removed the emblem, as you can see, and got it sanded flat. Got all my imperfections out up here. So now this is looking pretty happy. I just need to scuff and prep the rest of this fender and get it ready for paint and rust treat all this stuff. So that's been taken care of. This door's been cut open and it's ready to go. And the bottom of this front fender. And this rear lower quarter panel. So we're gonna kind of shoot this with some acid, and by the time I get around this and come back, you guys will kind of see how this acid affects it. And even where I kind of just pay attention to my spots, even where it doesn't look like there's any rust, it's because I've cleaned it out already. But the acid is going to reconvert that chemical reaction. So you'll see this stuff start to do its job pretty quick. Found another one right there. I'm gonna have to sand that more here in a little bit and then retreat this. That's okay. That's part of the process. door opened up so I don't spray any of this on the rocker panel. Okay, looks pretty good. This stuff is supposed to set up for 24 hours, so we'll let it sit for most of the day today. Yeah, I got a little bit more sanding to do under in that little corner right there. Get that out. But all this stuff will be okay. Just back up. Okay. Just over. Okay. We'll get this one right here. All right. Just in that short amount of time, you can already see this metal starting to change color and it's starting to eat into this rust real good. You can see like the pitting. Here, let me switch hands for you. Like the pitting. There's one there. There's one there. I'll let this acid start doing its job. Yeah. It's eating down into that. That's most converted already. It's just got to get down into the pits. So you got to kind of let it sit wet with enough time to do its stuff. Yeah, that's going to have to get sanded a little more. Oh no, I guess that is bare metal. We'll see. So all that stuff sets up, we'll go ahead and finish prepping this fender and see what other kind of stuff that we got to take off in preparation of the paint work. And kind of start to wipe things down and maybe start prepping on some of these brush touch spots. Anyway, that's where we're at so far. I'll get some pictures for you after we get primer on her, and she'll be pretty close to booth time. Appreciate you guys. Take care. See you on the next one.